In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to make awesome quesadillas. Hey guys, my name is Erin Courtney. I'm always on the lookout for a good Mexican recipe. And one of the things that I didn't realize before I learned how to cook was that quesadillas are so much easier to make than you could ever possibly imagine. How could something that delicious be that easy to make? I'm gonna show you how. One of the things that I love about quesadillas is how they can be personalized. My kids don't like the extra spices or the meat in there, so they just get plain cheese. My husband loves a lot of cheese, a lot of meat, a lot of seasonings. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I make them for me. And since most of what I eat is plant-based, today's quesadilla recipe will be vegan. Now, before this scares you off, if you want to make quesadillas the traditional way, you absolutely can. I just love showing you the versatility of how great quesadillas are for personalization. So if different people in your house like quesadillas in different ways, it's really easy to switch them up per order. I'm a short order cook now, but as a mom, I'm a short order cook more often than I would like. You can find the traditional recipe for my quesadillas on my website, cheferenskitchen.com, and I'll post that link below. But what we're also making today to go along with these quesadillas, the quesadilla sauce. This is a mayonnaise-based, super easy sauce to throw together. And since I'm doing it vegan for myself today, I'm using vegan mayo, baby. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe because there's gonna be a lot more videos coming. Let's do this.
We're gonna start making our quesadilla sauce. We have our mayonnaise, and then we're going to add some jalapeno juice. Yes, this may sound odd, but it adds amazing flavor. Add some sugar, ground cumin, paprika, garlic powder, and a little bit of cayenne. Grab a whisk, and we're going to whisk that together really well until it's nice and smooth. Set that aside until it's time to eat.
If you're wondering how to make quesadillas a little bit healthier, let's go over some of the ingredients. The first thing we're gonna use is a whole wheat tortilla. While I was at the store, I was trying to decide which one am I gonna get. I came across these, which are Mission Carb Balance. Now, one of the interesting things that I found about these, I always look on the back to check the ingredients and our macros. We're checking our macros here. This has 30 carbs, but it has 25 grams of fiber. And since the recommended fiber intake is 25 to 35 grams per day, we're getting recommended just in one meal. So let's get that fiber going through our body to keep things working. They also have 9 grams of protein. That's pretty good. I'm impressed. Another ingredient we're using today is our vegan cheese. I have these Violife Colby Jack shreds. I've never used these before, so we're gonna see how these turn out. And then for our chicken, we're gonna use some extra firm tofu, and I'm just gonna cut that up into pieces, but I am going to use our Mexican spices, which to me are crucial when it comes to quesadillas and seasonings. And I have the recipe for my house-made Mexican seasoning on my website as well. I'll post that link down there too. And I also made a video on how to make that Mexican seasoning. It's really easy to throw together, and I use it for any type of Mexican meals. Tacos, quesadillas, enchiladas, you name it, I'm using that Mexican seasoning.
I have preheated my electric skillet to about 300 degrees and give it a quick little spray. Grab one of those tortillas and lay it down flat. Get it nice and hot. Now we're going to start sprinkling some cheese on top. The amount you put on here is up to you. You can put as little or as much as you'd like on your quesadilla. Once we get our cheese on there, we're going to start sprinkling some of that Mexican seasoning on top. Again, you can put as little or as much as you'd like. Now for our protein, our little chunks of protein, I've got my extra firm tofu that I'm putting on top of here. Now we're gonna let that get nice and hot so the cheese gets a little bit melty before we fold it over. I like using tongs to do this, but you're gonna gently pull one side up and flip it on over. From here, I take my flexible spatula and just kind of give it a little pat just so I keep it nice and even. From here, we're just letting it cook to get nice and hot so the cheese is melted, and I usually flip it once or twice just to make sure the heat is evenly distributed. Grab that spatula and we're going to transfer it to a plate or a cutting board and let it cool for just a minute before we cut it. To make life easier, I like to cut my quesadillas using a pizza cutter. Slice it into as many or as little pieces as you like. I usually go for 4 here. Grab that dipping sauce and it is ready to serve. This is about to be yummy in my tummy.
All right, full disclaimer here. I've never had a vegan quesadilla before. This is brand new, fingers and toes crossed. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that cheese melted beautifully. Okay. A little sneak peek here. Let's dig in. Y'all, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Do I have cheese on my face? The consistency of the cheese is definitely different. I think I would use, it's not as stable as traditional cheese, but it definitely fills that void. Do I still have cheese on my face? Y'all gotta tell me this stuff. Don't leave me hanging like this. I probably got it dripping all over me. But the tofu gives it that texture of meat. You have no idea it's not chicken. I mean, seriously, because tofu doesn't taste like anything really. I will say moving forward, I'm gonna use a little less cheese because it's actually, this melts a lot better than I thought it was going to. Oh, you know what would be really good in this? Some refried beans. Get my fiber in today, baby. I can't really tell the difference, the quesadilla sauce from the traditional mayonnaise and this. I mean, I'm sure if you tasted the vegan mayonnaise and the regular mayonnaise side to side, you could taste the difference, but I really can't tell. That's a good thing. I'm definitely using refried beans on the next vegan quesadilla for sure. This is what I'm talking about with the personalization. I do indulge on traditional foods on occasion, as you've seen in some of these videos, because a lot of this, everything that I make, I'm not playing around when I'm taste testing it. But anytime I can fit a healthy substitute in for something else without really being able to tell a difference, I'm on board. And this just made the list for healthy substitutes. That wraps it up for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.